with estimates saying that, upwards of 75% of black children are being raised in single parent homes, that means there's a lot of absentee fathers. Now, being in a single parent home doesn't necessarily mean that the father's not in the picture. So let's get that straight, okay? That doesn't mean he's not around. But when you look at statistics for unpaid child support nationwide, it's astronomical. I mean, there's like billions of dollars of uncollected child support in this country. Now, those amounts don't include a whole bunch of black parents because of this mistaken belief that a lot of black women have that they shouldn't pursue child support, that they should work out some, unofficial agreement with the father because it'll keep, white folks out of his business and blah, 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 this other stuff. And what happens though is eventually the woman gets tired of him half stepping, because he's going to pay you what he wants to pay you. When he has money which he considers that he can dispose of, that's not buying his rims or the latest Jordans or his new iPhone or taking his broad out for, barbecue or whatever. I mean, then he'll get, kick down some money. Now, for a lot of you, that's okay. I don't know why that's okay, but you seem to be, pretty happy with that. And you walk around with your chest stuck out like you doing something good and right, or else you don't get any child support at all. And you have, well, I could do it by myself. I don't need you, blah, blah, blah. Okay. My thing is this. Why the fuck you letting that nigga get away with not doing nothing? What is that about? I mean, I could see if he's in jail or he's just like, a drug fiend or something, and you don't want him nowhere in the picture because he is trifling. They put the kids and you at risk for a drive-by or something like that. Okay, well then we'll give you a pass because that dude, he's probably more of a risk than he is anything else. But if he's working at all, you can get a pile of papers on him and they will snatch that money out of his paycheck. You don't even have to see him. They will snatch his tax return. If he don't pay, they will snatch that motherfucker's driver's license. They will put him in such a box that he will have to pay, okay? Because he won't have no other options. And some of these places will come and find your ass and put you in jail. So, I mean, these people are not playing. But it's different. It's different in each state. And of course, the guys with more money, they can hire lawyers and they can squire away their assets in other countries and overseas accounts and all kind of stuff like that. But your average black man is not on that level, and so that's not really even a consideration. But what I find so interesting is how many women seem to have a problem with a woman who files for child support, because they feel like, well, she waits to file for child support when he gets in a relationship with a new woman. Whereas, it was fine before, but now it's not. Now she's filing. It's just out of spite. It's just out of jealousy. Okay, my thing is this. Who gives a fuck what it's for? Whether it's spite, jealousy, or because the wind started blowing from east to west instead of north to south. I give no fuck to why she filed it, and it's none of your goddamn business why. You ain't fucking a nigga, and even if you were fucking a nigga, you should have been on his ass to put himself on paper. Okay, that gets everything straight. It's all legal, all T's are crossed and all I's are dotted. You should have took care of that if that's your nigga. But see, you didn't do that. But you want to get an attitude about some woman you don't even know online, or your neighbor, your sister, something, putting her nigga on child support. You know why she had to do that? Because once he started getting some new ass, he forgot all about his kids. He started half-stepping, giving, $100 for viewers before it was $500, and, making excuses and all this and that. And then the next thing you know, he's, showing himself by his new car. Or he's, showing his drinking gin and juice he's on the beach in Jamaica, with his arm wrapped around his new broad. Okay, so see, people will misinterpret that because, a lot of black women are silly. They don't have, we got them kind out here whose IQ is not real high. And so they think because he's with a new woman that she filed child support because she's jealous about the relationship. In reality, he's not paying the money he was paying before because now he's spending it on this bitch. So she has no choice but to file because you know what? The daycare costs it hasn't changed because he got a new broad. The kid still needs to eat just like he did before he got the new broad. The rent still has to get paid. Diapers still have to be bought. Medical insurance premiums and co-payments still have to be paid. Formula still has to be paid. You see what I'm saying? Shoes, clothes, all that stuff. Nothing changed because he got new booty. So see, you women who can't think past, this jealousy stuff, something is wrong with your brain. And even if a woman says that that's why she's doing it, the bottom line is she should have done it a long time ago. There should be no man out here giving you money under the table. And if you're a dude and you're doing it, you're stupid anyway. Because at any point, things could turn on you and you will have no record of the fact that you've been paying child support. You should want your ass to be on paper. Then you got it everything legal. You don't know. I mean, it might be more, it might be less. We don't know how much it's going to be, but it'll be all above board and it'll be like standardized. You'll know exactly how much you're going to pay every month. It'll be budgeted. And everything is done as it should be. That is how you parent. And then you don't have to worry about it. The mother, you don't have to worry about it. Dad, you don't have to worry about it. Everybody's, straight. And so, I was looking at this thread the other day, and that's what I was noticing, how many women were just all focused on the fact that the woman filed for child support because she was spiteful. That word kept coming up. It was spite, jealousy. Who's jealous? I mean, obviously she's done with the dude, and so she's just trying to take care of the kid. If she really wanted the dude, she would have tried to get back with him, right? This wouldn't be an issue. And like I said, I really don't care even if that is the reason. The bottom line is because the kid still needs to eat. Whether she's jealous or not, the kid needs to eat. Whether he got new ass or not, the kid still needs to eat. Whether she's spiteful or not, the kid still needs to eat. So whatever the reason is for the child support filing, who cares? That's kind of irrelevant as far as I'm concerned. So then let's look at, I'm trying to find some of these things. Even some of the dudes were saying, yes, that that it was spiteful and that she's just jealous. And I'm like, well, if you're a guy and you think that, why did you not handle your business? Why did you not get your attorney or whatever? If you thought that the child support was something that was not being handled correctly, then wouldn't you want to, you talk about she should give you shared custody or she should give you custody. Did you get an attorney and file papers in court to make that happen? Are you just on Facebook, just talking shit because you want to try to make it look like, you the victim here? See, because it's like most of the time, if a father goes to court and he proves, because sometimes they'll send a court appointed social worker out to your home. They take a look. They make sure that everything's set up for the kid. The kid has his own room, their own bed. They want to make sure the environment is safe and sound and secure and stable for the child before they switch custody. You see what I'm saying? So if a father says, this is my son, I think he would be better if he was with me. He's like 9 or 10 years old now. He's past the stage where he really needs to be, he's like an infant or toddler, where he really needs his mother. He's a young man now. I can handle it from here. I'd like him to have custody. I'd like to have custody, or, he could have visitation with his mom. Hey, this is the room I set up for him. Here's his desk. This is the the schedule I have for him after school, for daycare, blah, 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 blah. You got to have your shit together. And then 90% of the time, the dads get custody. So if you really wanted custody, you could get it. So these dads up here are talking about, if she would just give me custody, blah, 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 this child support, blah, blah, blah. You ain't done shit to really get custody. You don't really want custody because it's going to cut your wings. All the whole hopping and chasing and running around drinking and shit that you do, you won't be able to do that no more. Your ass is going to be at home with that kid just like the mom is right now. So niggas be online talking all kind of shit about what they coulda, woulda, shoulda. Knowing they ain't going to bust the grape. It's just too much for me. But, and then the other part is they have this thing where they say, well, we want to make sure that our child support really goes to the child. You paying some little Mickey Mouse $300 or $400 a month. Motherfucker, are you out your rabbit ass mind? Do you know how much diapers cost? That little funky money that you paying, that ain't shit. And you sitting up there, and you know how much it costs to raise a child over the course of 18 years? It's damn near $300,000. Do you think your $300 a month that you paying is going to even be 1/10 of that? You see what I'm saying? It's not, it makes my head hurt to hear the arguments that they have. The number one problem is if you have a problem with child support, keep your dick in your pants. Best birth control ever. Keep your dick in your pants. You don't have to worry about. You don't have to worry about STDs. You don't have to worry about nobody getting pregnant by you, and you don't have to worry about child support. It's like a magical thing. Keeping your dick in your pants where it belongs. It's just a fabulous thing to think about. So all these arguments, I mean, everything that these dudes were saying, it was just like some amazing, just buck passing and more irresponsibility, lack of accountability, and just, more examples of the kind of stuff that I've been talking about in video after video. And in this case, it even applies to children. And because they want to have a situation where they leave the mother, the relationship with the mother is the ties with her are severed. They also want to sever ties in many cases with their own children. And that is really sad because I remember my dad telling me very early on that most men tend to feel about their kids the way that they do about the mother. But he did admit that those were the immature guys. As I got older, he broke it down a little bit more. But, since most men are immature, then that would be something that you ladies have to think about. He's going to feel about his kids the way he feels about you. So the best way that you can make sure that that they have some kind of civil and cordial relationship with you would be helpful and beneficial for maintaining a relationship with your child. There shouldn't be a whole bunch of drama, fussing and fighting and all this old stuff. I mean, if you got to put them on paper to make things calm down, then do that. I mean, I am an advocate of that, actually. I think that as soon as the paternity is established, that father should be put on child support, and then at the 18th year, then it'll cease to be taken out of his check, and then y'all can go on your merry way. But I think handling it that way, it alleviates a lot of confusion, hurt feelings, and everything. The child support check comes on the same day every month. It's the same amount. The court adjusts it up or down. I mean, he may lose a job, whatever. He can petition and have it reduced for a few months until he gets a new job. He may get a better job. They're going to raise it. Trust me, they're going to get all up in that. And, but it's a fair amount. It's a percentage, a contribution of each parent's income towards the well-being of that child. And that is how it should be. So you ladies who sit around talking about another woman filed child support and it's out of spite, shut your fucking mouth. Just shut up. Because, it doesn't matter what she's doing with her nigga. You wasn't there. You wasn't the one that babied them, and you wasn't fucking them. You don't know shit about their relationship. You don't know nothing. You're just running off at the mouth, want to have some shit to talk about. You need to be quiet somewhere. Go sit down somewhere. Unless you're going to write that check yourself. See, because I know some broad will come telling me that I filed child support for my man or against my man on spite. I would bust her teeth out. You don't need to be talking about what somebody else does with their kid, with their man, and their money. That's not your business. Number two, you clown men who want to sit up there and whining about paying child support, you need to shut up as well. You should have kept your dick in your pants. That's how you keep from paying child support. And there's no excuse. If you make an agreement to pay $500 a month, then motherfucker keep that agreement. And I suggest that if you paying, outside of the paper trail, that you pay her with a cashier's check and keep the record, get a cashier's check from your bank account. Okay, then you will have a record of who it's issued to, the date, and the amount that you can pull from your bank. If you don't do that and you get money orders from the local check cashing place, they still give you a receipt. Keep those in a separate location of child support as proof that you have been paying should anything happen further down the line. So, I'm trying to be fair to both parties, but I do not want to hear anybody talking about on this channel that somebody filed child support out of spite or jealousy against the ex. Because see, it doesn't matter. I mean, it could be because Martians came to Earth. I don't really give a fuck the reason. But the bottom line is kids need child support. They need it to eat. They need a safe place to sleep. They need school clothes. They need school supplies. They need shoes. I mean, they need stuff. And the amount the fathers pay for child support is never 1/10 of the cost that it costs every month for a child. So, it's a joke anyway, but it's amount that they need to be paying because they put $1.5 on that damn baby. So you need to pay. And that's just the way it is. Deb Cooper from survivingdating.com. I'll talk to you guys in a few days. Now that you've seen some of the grade A content that the Debsterism channel offers, please become a subscriber. Just click the subscribe button down below. Then you'll see a little bell. Click that after, and then you'll be able to get Notifications sent directly to your cell phone of when I post new content. You can be one of the very first people to review the new videos, like them, comment them on them, and share them. We'd like you to do all of those things to help the channel grow. I appreciate your support. So become a subscriber. Tell your friends.